What's up YouTube, this is Beat the Best from MobileStrats.com, and today I'm coming at you with some trio tips and strategies. If you'd like a text version of this, just check out the link in the description below. Let's just jump right into it. Tip number 1, look ahead and not at the ball. This is a huge part in actually getting a high score, because if you're trying to look at the ball, you need to look at the ball to make sure that it's the right shape. You're going to have to be looking at between the ball and then the little peg holes, and then between the ball and then between the holes. And at higher speeds, you're not going to be able to do that quickly enough. So you just need to know what shape your ball is automatically and look ahead to prepare for tapping the screen and for changing the ball into the right shape. Tip number 2, you need to know the order of the shapes by heart. So the actual order is pretty simple. It's just sphere, pyramid, rectangle, sphere, pyramid, rectangle, and it repeats. Or I might also call it circle, triangle, rectangle, circle, triangle, rectangle. That just depends on how I'm feeling. But basically, there's one-tap scenarios which are simple, such as switching from a sphere to a pyramid. Okay, that's easy. Pyramid to rectangle or rectangle to sphere. That's simple. You're going to know how to do that, because you're going to play it a couple times, you're going to be like, okay, that's simple. But then you need to know the 2-tap scenarios also. And the 2-tap scenarios are circle, rectangle, rectangle, triangle, and then triangle, circle. And those are harder, especially if the 2 taps come in a row. So if they're repeatable 2 taps, then it's easy. But if it's like circle, rectangle, then rectangle, triangle, and then triangle, circle, it gets kind of hard. So you have to know the scenarios by heart. Tip number 3, associate the colors with the shapes of the holes. So, just real quick, yellow is a circle or sphere, blue is a triangle or pyramid, and red is a rectangle. So, sometimes it's really hard to figure it out by just looking at the shape, and since the developers were nice enough to match the colors with the shapes of the holes all the time, this means you can just look for the color instead of looking for the shape. So if you know that yellow is a circle, you know that, okay, I have to switch into a circle or a sphere. Or if you know that you see red ahead, you need to be a rectangle. Tip number 4, turn off the Wi-Fi if you're lagging. This is a pretty simple tip. Most of Ketchapp's games have ads, and the ads will make you lag, especially on Android phones. So turn the Wi-Fi off to prevent lag. And somehow still find a way to support the developers. Maybe turn it on at other times, something like that, I don't know. Tip number 5, play with sound on and off and try to figure out what works for you. I actually was going to tell you to play with the sound off because I started out and it was distracting. But then I got 2 of my high scores of, I believe, 89 and then 95 points respectively with the sound on. So just change it up from time to time. Your brain might become more aware of the game with the sound on or with the sound off. Just change it up and see what works for you. Tip number 6, stick with the skin pack that works for you. Personally, I played so many games with the original skin pack that I don't really like any of the other skin packs. But I recommend still trying them out, seeing if it works for you, and if it doesn't, just sticking with the skin pack that works. I mean, they look pretty, but that doesn't really matter. What matters is a high score. Anyway, that's all the tips for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching.